you doing? How's things? I am just back from the school run and I really enjoyed my daughter's walk into the classroom today. There was definitely a season where she was very clingy and wanting to hold hands until the last minute, but now she walks in like she's walking past bouncers trying to get into a club. I don't know if you ever did this. I definitely did. You know, when you're just like, I'm walking before they ask for ID. And that's what she did. I need to tell you a story today because there is so much to this pair of leggings. And I'm going to say this is the last time I talk about these leggings because they are no longer going to be part of my life. And this is the story today. So, at the beginning of the week, I decided I was going to run every day this week. And I am doing really big things in my business and in my life at the moment, actually. And I know that when I come back to my running practice, and when I say practice, I mean, I'm not like practicing for anything. It's almost like a yoga practice. Once I do things regularly, once it becomes like a part of my lifestyle rather than some random thing I do once in a while, I get so many benefits, not just in the moment, but in my life. It's really not just a nice to have. It's really key to how my brain works and how I feel and the ideas that I come up with. It's so valuable in so many ways. So on Sunday, I said that I would run every day this week, and I am pleased to say that today was day 5 of 7, so I'm on track, even though on day 3, my timings went slightly out because Matt had to go to work earlier, excuse me, and I almost got myself into a bit of a loop of saying, well, I definitely can't go today. Not true. It just meant I had to get more creative with when I went. And again, I can only speak for my life and my schedule. I'm not here to say everybody's got the same 24 hours in the day as Beyonce, because we know that there's a lot of nuances to that, let's just say. But for me, in terms of my schedule, I just had to be smarter with it. Anyway, back to the leggings. So, given that I was running every day this week, given that it's been cold and I haven't put loads of washing out on the line, and I don't really like putting my leggings in the tumble dryer, I was down to the dregs today. Some old leggings that I thought that I'd got rid of, but no, they were at the back. And as soon as I put them on, you know what it's like with I don't know, an ill-fitting bra or bad leggings or tights. Tights are the worst when you're kind of pulling them up and you're like, with the best will in the world, these are not meant for me. Those are those leggings. And even as I left the door, I left going out the door and I was like, oh, these leggings, they need to go. And maybe you have something in your life or your business that is bringing up all of these things. And I've got 5 things to share today that are to do with the leggings, not because it's necessarily a legging chat, but I think sometimes it can be really overwhelming when we're in it. And I am having so many conversations at the moment with clients and business, that kind of end of year of like, I know I want to do things, I know I want to change things, but yet the solutions are not coming very quickly. So the first thing that I needed to recognize with these leggings, and maybe this is the thing for you, is number 1, whatever else is happening within this particular thing does not work. It does not work. These leggings are literally, I spent the whole run pulling them up, yanking them up. They were kind of trying to roll down. I'm sure they were a bit see-through. They don't work. It's time for them to go because they are no longer fit for purpose. And in terms of your life and business, whatever that thing is, you have to have that recognition sometimes, that acceptance of whatever is going on right here, right now with this particular thing. It doesn't work. It doesn't work in its current state. And so therefore, being open to how you move forward from here is going to be really key. Because if I go out again tomorrow, I mean, my washing cycle is not going to be that quick, but if I go out tomorrow wearing the same leggings and I have an element of surprise of like, oh, these leggings, they're still not working for me, then that just makes me out to be a bit of a fool. Because I knew that. I knew that today. And I knew that, there we go. I knew that ages ago, months and months ago. That's why I don't wear these leggings, because they don't do what I need them to do. So number one, I want you to take away is, what is this thing for you? And can you get to a point of acceptance where you are happy to give yourself permission to admit to yourself, this no longer works for me? And there is a great power in that acceptance. So that's stage number one. That's what I want you to think about. The second thing was, these leggings for me are so outdated, because about 2 years ago, not even 2 years ago, maybe a year ago, I updated all of my fitness wardrobe. And it was almost like my gift to myself after having 2 children and being so many different shapes and sizes. I updated so many things. And also because I was going to yoga a lot and I exercise regularly, and sometimes, you know, I spend more on leggings than other items of clothes, but there we go. So it felt out of alignment in terms of who I was. Because I've kind of consciously created that sense of, I am somebody that wears fitness stuff that feels really good for me, that suits my body shape. I mean, yeah. There's so many things where it's like, oh, I'll just wear a baggy old t-shirt and I'll just wear these joggers that might fall down. Again, I know that it doesn't work for me. So I updated everything. And this is what can happen in your business as well sometimes, is that on paper or in reality, you're cooking on gas. You're like, I'm going here, I'm doing this, this is happening, I'm creating this, I've launched this, I've made this money, whatever your measure of success is. And so in order to remain in that situation, there needs to be a sense of weeding things out that are outdated. And sometimes when we have to part with things, it might bring up emotion. It might bring up discomfort because we're becoming somebody else. But this is part of the process of shedding things that don't serve us. And so, firstly, recognizing these leggings don't work. Secondly, realizing they are so outdated. Already, this pair of leggings does not have a place in my wardrobe. Number 3. On that run today, these leggings were all I could think about. I did not go as fast. It wasn't smooth. I felt very self-conscious. I was pulling them up the whole time. They didn't have a pocket, so I had to wear a different jacket, which I wouldn't usually do, to put my keys and my phone in. And it was literally all I could think about. And maybe this is the case for you in an area of your business and life where you know that there's something holding you back. You know that there's almost, you know, when you're driving along and then you suddenly hear a bit of a kind of crunching sound and you're like, what is that? And you're no longer enjoying the journey. You're no longer feeling the smoothness of that, because all you can hear and focus on is that thing. You know, like a fly, when people are like, where is the fly? Where's the mosquito? It's all they can focus on. And I am here to tell you, you are here for great things. You are here to create excellent magic, to help people to live your best life. And therefore, we have to make decisions that in the short term may feel expensive, may feel out of your comfort zone, may feel different to what you've done before. But to be in alignment with that person that you are becoming, those things are going to serve you long term, because there gets to be a stage. Sorry, I've got a really itchy nose. What does that mean? Does that mean I'm speaking truth? Or my ears are burning? I don't know. There is something that is getting in the way. So the fact that these leggings was all I could think about, I had to come away saying there's so many other benefits I could be reaping from this running experience rather than focusing on these leggings. And so I want you to take a moment with your business or your life and think about what that thing is for you. What is the thing that is consuming way too much of your brain? It's zapping your energy. It's making you question everything. It's slowing things down. What is it? And today is your permission to do something about it. And yes, of course, you might have all sorts of thoughts and feelings like, oh, I don't know if it's the right time, or maybe I'll wait until the new year, or maybe. But there does get to be a stage where actually the person that you have now become requires something different of you. And that person, for me, who is now proud of myself, I'm proud of my running journey. You know, I've always run on and off for years, but it's really only in the last, I would say, 5 years when I've really built it up as a habit. And I feel really strong. You know, I can run for much more than I ever thought. And so if I hold on to those things that are zapping my energy, that are consuming me, they've got to go, because they're not in alignment with all of the other things that I have done along the way. Number 4, they are so easy to change. And yes, of course, in the beginning, and I've had this when people decide to work with me, or they start a new habit, or whatever it might be. In the beginning, the desire might be there of like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to change this thing. And again, following that, there may be all these thoughts and feelings of like, yeah, but that's really hard, or I don't really feel like I have the money, or I've never spent that money on that particular thing before. Or, well, what does this mean? Does this mean that I have to become a new person? Maybe, yes, in terms of some of your behavior. But also, I feel that we are in such a fantastic time right now that we can reach out to somebody in an email, and we can spend an hour with somebody and ultimately change our life, change our business for the better. You can watch a motivational video on YouTube for 4 minutes, and it can change the direction of your day. It can change the brain chemistry that you have in your body. And so I want to remind you that, yes, it may not be obvious in terms of the answer may not reveal itself very, very quickly, but it can be easy to change. And so even for me, not that I'm thinking necessarily today, right, I've got to go out and buy some leggings because I don't have time to do that today, but it's easy not to wear them. It's easy to make sure I've got some different ones for tomorrow. All of those things are easy. It's about bringing that consciousness to your thoughts. And number 5, the ripple effect. The ripple effect in a positive or a negative way. When I have those excellent leggings, and likewise in my business and life, when I have things that work for me, when I have things that feel in alignment, which feel like they have been bespokely made for me. Not that I have bespoke leggings, but you know, when I kind of have designed my business model and I'm in that flow of like, this really works. This allows me to be all of the things that I want to be in my life, and it feels really good. And equally, when things are not, or when things are off and they're not feeling like they are working, the ripple effect is huge. So today, going back to the leggings, the ripple effect of having a great run impacts everything. My mental health, my physical health, my heart health, my capacity, the fact that I'm taking care of myself, that I'm betting on myself, that I'm keeping promises to myself, which affects the food that I eat, how well I sleep, the amount of water that I drink, how I speak to myself, how productive I am in my business, my stress levels. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And so when I know the extent of that comfort zone, I can't be messing about with silly leggings that slow down the process. And so I think what we have to do at all times is look at the short term, but also look at the long term. And I've really thought about this year in terms of the decisions that I have made, because some of them in the short term have felt really uncomfortable, have felt out of my comfort zone. But equally, I know that those decisions will produce the result that I want in, say, 2 years. And that's really, really exciting. That is a really brilliant thing for me. So what's your version today? What's your version of the leggings? What do you need to look at? What do you need to analyze? What do you want to check in with? I would really love to know. If you want more help, go to my shop on my website. There are so many different offerings and ways that I can help you. If you're in that moment of reflecting towards the end of the year, great stuff. I would love to have you and help you work through that process. Equally, if you're planning ahead and you're already got some wheels in motion, some things kind of going around in your head that you want to explore, I would love to help. That is totally my jam. And I know some people are winding down, but I tell you what, I've got energy. I'm ready to receive your ideas, your big plans. We can do this work face to face, or I work globally on Zoom. So entirely up to you. Have a brilliant day. Do something really fast and easy today and take one step. Once you take one step, the next steps will be so much easier. So your only task today is to get into motion. Don't just stay in your head thinking about all the things that you're doing or writing lists. Do one thing and see how it feels, see how it lands, and see what doors then open. Lots of love, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.